So if you're like me, your past 5 hours have looked something like this. You've scrolled through Instagram, watched 3 Hallmark movies, cleared out your YouTube subscription box, watched your favorite show on Netflix, and can't stop looking at TikTok. And also don't forget your naps. But sometimes, it just gets a little boring and you really want a sense of accomplishment. So today I decided to make a video kind of about procrastination and studying, homework habits, basically everything like that. Study tips, how to be like faster and more effective so that you can go back to your favorite shows and not feel the anxious bubble of anxiety that's looming over your head and growing bigger as you sit there. So first things first, let's start with the procrastination cycle. Procrastination, according to psychologists, is basically because you don't want to deal with unwanted emotions. So whether that is you're overwhelmed because you have too much homework, you don't want to get your homework wrong and have to deal with like rejection, I guess, from your homework. You don't want the feeling of struggle, like you don't know what you're doing, or confusion, or you don't want the feeling of, there's so many negative emotions you could say. Anyways, my normal one is overwhelmed because I feel like I have so much stuff to do and I'm like, I just don't want to deal with that right now. So anyways, that's what starts the procrastination cycle. After that, we go into the phase of procrastination, which is basically like you ignore your problems and you pretty much, for me, it's like going on social media or watching something or something like that endlessly, or just like scrolling for no reason on Instagram. That one, like, I'm like, this isn't even fun anymore, but I'm doing it. Okay, then that leads to the next section of the circle, which is pretty much chaotic work, like chaotic crunch time. And this honestly is not that healthy either. Even though you get a bunch of stuff done, your anxiety is like on high alert, you're like stressed the whole time, you're like writing as fast as you can, you're trying to get everything done, and yeah, it just wears you out afterwards. So after you experience this crunch time, then I feel like there's a period where you're exhausted and you just want a break, like a needed repair kind of. Or exhaustion too. That's like the exhaustion section. Basically, you worked so hard trying to get all this stuff done that you put off for so long that you need a break. But the problem is, while you're taking that break, there's more homework that comes, and then it leads you back to the top of the circle again with your negative emotions. So basically, that's what I call the procrastination cycle. Sometimes I get stuck in it, and then I just keep going around and around and around, and it's not that fun, to be honest. So today I wanted to share with you guys some tips. Let's get right into them. So first of all, let's talk about motivation for school. So one thing when it comes to motivation is just like realizing, like thinking about how it will feel when you're done with the assignment. So whether it's a feeling of accomplishment or like a feeling of relaxation because you don't have that anxiety or stress anymore, or just like happiness that you got it done, proud of yourself, whatever it is, like think about that emotion. So that's the first thing. The second thing is to reward yourself. This is important because like the thing is, to not get stuck in the procrastination cycle and to find balance in your life, you have to have rewards but also work hard, because your brain, like, you just can't work 24/7. It doesn't work that way. So you need to take time to sleep. You need to make sure you have time to eat, to do some of your favorite things. So make sure you have rewards, whether that's like food, a drink, a time outside, time with your family, time with your friends, time with your pets, watching an episode of your favorite show, watching a YouTube video. Make sure these rewards have a time limit though, because otherwise you might get stuck in procrastination again because you spent so much time like on your break. But as long as you're balanced, like definitely reward yourself. If you just want to talk about like school and particular, say like you really are just unmotivated by school, you don't think it's really like worth your time, or you're having trouble finding like the motivation to do it, just remember that no matter what, it's like a stepping stone to get to where you want to go. Whether your ideal profession has nothing to do with school, like it's just something that's helpful not only for like your habits but also for like general information in case you ever want to build upon those things in the future. It's a stepping stone to get where you want to go. So think about like your ideal goals or your ideal jobs or your ideal life, and basically this is a stepping stone to that in some way, form, or another. So that might help you as well. So let's get on to our studying or our homework doing. Is that the right word? First things first, prioritize. This will help you. I feel like this relieves stress for me because this is like me planning out what I have to do. So first of all, you need to prioritize your assignments or your to-do list and basically say what is most important, what needs to get done first, and what like means the most to you, and put those ones on the top, and then basically kind of like rank your items of to-do list, and then start like kind of planning out your days. So plan out how you're going to get this whole list of things done. Be realistic, because if you aren't realistic, you'll end up in overwhelm, which we all know leads to procrastination. So make sure you're realistic, but plan everything out. Push yourself to get your stuff done. Make sure you are productive, but you're also giving yourself breaks. And this always relieves a lot of stress for me, like I said, because I feel like, okay, I have a plan. I can get it done. I'm just gonna go for it. Even if it's literally like 6 p.m. at night and you have like 3 assignments due by midnight, prioritize your assignments and just start on the first one, get her done. This doesn't have to be a long process, but it also can be, but don't use it as procrastination, because that happens to me sometimes. Just make a list, basically. That's like the minimum you have to do, is like decide what you need to do next. After that, so now we're going to get into actually studying. So the first thing is your environment. I know this sounds like just a simple little thing, but I promise it will help. So number one, get rid of all your distractions. Get rid of anything that you're going to fiddle with. Get rid of your phone. Chuck it across the room. Actually, don't break it, but I always put mine on my bed. I like throw it so that I can't touch it anymore, because I'll just randomly pick it up and I'll just be like scrolling on it, and then I'm like, wait, what am I doing? And I don't even realize I'm doing it. Go somewhere in your house that makes you feel productive. Sit at a desk. Any of those things, and clear off your area so it's clean and you can focus. Make sure you have all your like school supplies and your pencils or notebooks that you need, or your textbooks, and also like get a fun drink or a snack, because that will make it 3 times more fun, or 100 times actually. The next thing, after you get your environment all set up, I would say this is my new favorite thing. Okay guys, I've discovered this and I'm obsessed. And this is videos on YouTube that are either study with me's or study music, or like study break methods. So there's actually this break method called, I'll put it up on the screen right now because I'm not 100% sure how to say it. But basically it's like where you work for 50 minutes and have a break for 10, or you work for 25 minutes and then you have a break for 5, and then after like a few of those sections, then you take a longer break. And there's actually videos on YouTube that you basically get to like study along with the video, and then it will tell you when to take a break. And if you work through that whole YouTube video and like at least for me, and like basically work when you're supposed to and take a break when you're supposed to, you'll feel so accomplished. Like, trust me, it'll just feel amazing. So definitely follow one of those. There's so many. They're even like themed, so you can have like Christmas ones, guys. If you're obsessed with the holidays, you don't have to leave it behind when you're studying, as long as music doesn't distract you. That's the other thing. But you can also find ones without music. Anyways, there's pretty much ones for everyone. I watched a Harry Potter one the other day, which was super cool because it was like you were in Hogwarts. So just look around, don't spend too much time on it, but find one that works for you, because I have been obsessed with those lately. So the next thing that also has to do with your environment is headphones. I feel like this is something that I've recently discovered when we're like at home, but if your environment's allowed, or you just want to like hyper focus, put on some headphones and either play your video in the background with your study music, or play your own study music, or just have it like silent, because I feel like this just really helps me focus and not get distracted by outside noises. Now that you have your study area set up and you're all ready to go, I would say obviously choose a study method. So that can be like an amount of time you're going to study, and when you're going to have breaks, or an assignment you're going to get done and then you're going to have a break. The next thing is to focus on one thing at a time. Your brain, you can't multitask, and it just stresses you out more, at least for me, to like do multiple assignments at once. So just focus on one assignment, get it done, focus on the next, get it done. Okay, the next thing you might or may not You may or may not have control over this variable, but this is the time of day that you study. So this can actually be super helpful to know when you study best. So do you study best early morning, in the afternoon, in the evening? I actually work best in the evening. So try to plan your study time and your relaxation time around that and around the other things in your day. The last thing that I have for you guys for today is to remember that even if you have so many assignments and you're so overwhelmed that if you put them off, you're losing time that you could do them. So I know that this is such a hard concept to grasp in the moment, and I say it all the time, but I have so much trouble like grasping it in the moment. Basically, just start working, because you're not going to get anywhere procrastinating where you are going to get somewhere just starting to work, and you'll be like grateful for all your progress that you have done in the past. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this helped you. I hope you're inspired to get some stuff done now, and you're just gonna get it all done, get it all over with, and hopefully this helped you stop procrastinating. Hopefully I watch this video when I'm procrastinating and it helps me. But yeah, okay. Also, you're not alone if you procrastinate or you have a lot of stuff to do, because I have a lot of stuff to do and I really feel like procrastinating, but I'm trying not to right now. So yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.